Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear future leaders from all around the country, our great country, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, welcome to your English class. Also, I would like to welcome Mr. Fawaz Al-Aqil. He's going to be our sign language interpreter. With that being said, I think we're so ready to start our lesson. It's first intermediate grade, first semester. Our subject today is English, and our lesson is going to be reading. This is my name, Ms. Khulud Saoud. As usual, it's my pleasure to have you in my class. Our online classroom rules: find a quiet study area and be ready. Make sure you have everything you need around: book, pen, pencil, maybe someone to talk to. Number 2, avoid distractions like TV, food, or any other online resources. I need your full attention. Number 3, keep strong and positive. Are you ready? Let's get started. In our previous lesson, we talked about your personal information such as first name, last name, age, and birth date. And by the way, this is related to our lesson today. In addition, to use question words like how old for age and what in speaking. Also, we listened to a conversation for specific information such as days of the week, months, and ordinal numbers. Also, we answered questions about the conversation. Remember the conversation that happens between the dad and John when they were talking about the basketball game? Okay. In our previous lesson, we talked about the first name, middle name, last name, age, birth date. In today's lesson, we will be talking about something related to the age. How old are you right now? Write it down. Okay? And how long do you think a human being could live? Try to think. Write it down with a pencil, write a note, and let's check and see. In page 13, answer the questions. The first question was, how old is your best friend? And we said how old to ask about age, okay? Number 2, what is your best friend's name? Number 3, how old is your pet? This is very related to our lesson of today. What's your pet's name? Okay. In today's lesson, Unit 2, what day is today, page 15. Our lesson is going to be reading, lesson objectives. Students will be able to read using context clues and scanning. Have you ever heard of scanning? We're about to learn that. I'll explain to you later on. Students will be able to answer comprehension questions about the reading. Okay? Before we get started, here are some fun facts that are related to our lesson of today. A French woman named Jeanne Calment holds the record for the longest documented human lifespan. Human lifespan means the period that we live in this life. She was 122 years old when she died in 1997. Can you imagine? She's too old, mashallah. 122. And the oldest cat ever recorded was named Spike. He was from Facts Britain and lived to be 31. Can you imagine? He was 140 in human years. For us, there is hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, أعمار أمتي ما بين 60 و70. So let's look and see. Open your book, page 15, reading. Before we start, I want you to scan. Okay? Use your sharp eyes and look around. What do you think the reading is about? There is pictures of many kinds of animals. Dolphin, turtle, cat, elephant. What do you think we're about to talk about? What? Animals? Okay, let's look and see. How old are they? And remember, in our lesson of how to write a question, how old is a question word that asks about the age. How old are they, those animals? Look at this dolphin. Flipper is a dolphin, and he is 5 years old. 5 years old in human is a little baby, right? Let's look and see. That is young for a dolphin. Okay, for dolphins too. It's the age of an 18-year-old person. So did you see that? 5 years old dolphin equal 18-year-old person. Flipper is a baby in human years, but he's a teen in dolphin years. Okay. Cleo, the cat, is 1 year old. In human years, she is a 15-year-old adolescent. This little cute cat is 1 year, okay, and she is a 15-year-old in human being life. She's an adolescent. What does that mean? What do you think, my thinkers? Adolescent means when you are about to move from childhood to adulthood. It's in between, okay? Ollie, the elephant, is 4 years old, and he is only a baby. Samson, his father, is 30. That's still young for an elephant. Oh, I wonder how long elephants can live. Let's look and see. This is Ollie. He's 4 years old. And this is Samson, the father. He is 30 years old. Marla is old, even for a turtle. She is 95. That's a big number, 95, even in human beings, right? 95 is a big number. But for turtle, it's even old. Okay, let's look at this chart, page 15. Animal life. The first animal here is turtle. How long they can live. This is lifespan, how long they can live. 123 years. Can you imagine? This is a very big number, okay? How about the parrot? How about the parrot? They live for 80 years. That's a big number, okay? I never know that. How about elephant? They live for 70 years. How about the horses? They live for 33 years. It's not that big number, right? And how about the rabbit? They live for 9 years only. And the mouse lives for 4 years only. So looking at the chart, okay, and using your analysis skills, can you tell which animal lives longer? Yes, the turtles, they live longer. And how about the least in lifespan? 4 years for mouses. Okay, so if we compare the turtles to mouse, who lives for long years? The turtles, of course. For cats, 1 year age equals 15 years in human years. Can you imagine that? And if a cat lives for 5 years, it equals 36 years. And if a cat lives for 15 years, that equals 74 years in human years. This is interesting, isn't it? Okay. Now, it's your turn. How old are you? Do you think it's easy? No, I got a hard task for you. It's a challenging. I want you to write your name in months, days, and hours. It's going to be fun. Okay? Do the math and try to figure it out. I did it once, and it's fun to know how long you live up to now. Okay, up to the moment. Take a moment and enjoy doing this activity. Okay, after reading, we have some questions. Page 15, number 1, how old is Flipper the dolphin? Do you remember how old is he? Flipper is 5 years old. Is it in human beings or animals' lifespan? Exactly, good job, animal life. Okay, Flipper is 5 years old. Remember to write, start with a capital letter and end with a period. Number 2, is Marla young or old for a turtle? How old is she? Is she young or old? Remember, how old is she? 95, right? So Marla is old for a turtle. She is 95, and it's a good idea to write it this way, okay? Remember to practice your ordinal numbers. Alrighty, my knowledgeable boys and girls, let's go to number 3. How old is Cleo the cat? Try not to open your book. Try to remember. Use your thinking skills. Good job. Cleo is 1 year old. Perfect. How about number 4? How old is Cleo in human years? He's only 1 year. How about in human years? How old is he? 15 years old. Okay? So if you have a cat, try to count how old is she now, or he. Okay, now I have a fun activity for you. Okay, it's called Play Concentration with Word Pairs. Here I made for you some flashcards, okay? But before we go there, let me explain for you. I'm going to mix up the cards and put them on table, okay, face down. The first student turns over 2 cards and make a pair, okay, right away. If he or she keeps the cards, okay, if he or she get 2 pairs, you can keep the card, and that means you win. If you get it wrong, okay, put it back on the table, and then it's the next person's turn. The student who has the most cards at the end wins the game. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I made some cards here for you. Let's look at the first 2 words, tomorrow and today. They are called pairs because always they come together, okay? They're like night, early night, and morning, tomorrow and today. Okay, if you flip the papers and you got 2 of them, that means congratulations, you win. You can keep the cards with you, okay? Let's see the next. Remember and forget. Remember and forget. Okay? Remember when we learned this word and the conversation that took place between the dad and his son. They were talking about the basketball and that they are planning to go to. So the dad said, "Thank you for reminding me. Remember and forget." Okay, they are pair words. Let's look at the next. How about cat and mouse? They always chase each other's, aren't they? Okay, this is related to our lesson of today. We talked about cats and mouse and their lifespan. Okay, so if you got 2 of them, that means congratulations, you can keep the cards, okay? Next is me and you guys, student and a teacher. If you got 2 of them, that means congratulations, you got the correct cards. How about old and young? Old and young, okay? This is related to our lesson of today. Old and young. And we said the turtle that Marla today, she's old, while the mouse is young, right? He lives only for 4 years. lifespan. Also, 2 words left are dad and mom. Okay. So here is the way. Let's start. I'm gonna mix up the cards. Okay. This is good, guys, for you to practice with your family members, friends. It's good for learning English while having fun at the same time. So I'm going to mix up the cards, put them face down on the table randomly. I have no idea what's written. Face down, okay? And then I will try to pick 2 at the same time, okay? So let's look and see. Okay, student and old. Is this a bear word? No, it's not. So I'm gonna put it back on the table. Let's look and see. Young and tomorrow. How about that? Doesn't work. Okay, let's mix up the cards. How about old and remember? Are they bear words? No, they're not. So I'm gonna put them back. Mix up the cards again. How about dad and forget? No. What's the bear word for dad? Mom, okay? Well, how about forget? Remember, okay? So this is the idea of the game. I hope you enjoy it. You can do it at the house with your siblings, parents, okay? It's a good idea, guys, also to practice your vocabulary that we have learned up to now. Alrighty, so let's have a today's lesson recap. In today's lesson, we learned how to read using context clues and scanning. Now you know how to scan a text. The first thing to do is look at the pictures. They are there for a reason, okay? They will help you. Look at the words that you know that are familiars. Like the first question word, how old are they? And when we start a question with how old, we're asking about age, okay? So the entire text is going to be about age, okay? We answer comprehension questions about the reading, remember? Okay. And also the vocabulary that we have learned up to now. Adolescent. Adolescent. What does that mean? It means when you move from childhood to adulthood, okay? Age. This is your lifespan. How old are you? Cat. Parrot. How long the parrot lives? Try to remember. Turtle. They win the longest lifespan among the animals that we have talked about. Elephant. Elephant. Also, we were introduced to some numbers: 5, 15, 123, 80, 70, 95. Okay? With that being said, thank you so much. I hope you learned something. Take good care until I see you next class. Bye-bye for now.